Wednesday episode of Hoops Talk with Dave, April the 9th of 2025. We've got a great NBA night to recap, as well as another terrific 1-2 preview for you, starting in New York, Madison Square Garden. The Knicks playing host to the Boston Celtics. The Celtics, this was a very back-and-forth game. The Celtics got the victory 119-117 in overtime, but dramatics all over the place for the Celtics. Tatum hitting a three with 2.9 seconds to go in the game, forcing the overtime. Kristaps Porzingis hitting a big-time three with 40 seconds to go in overtime to break the tie. Celtics were up 119-114. Jalen Brunson hits a meaningless three at the buzzer. Celtics win 119-117. They now have the second-best road record, or second most road wins in NBA history, behind only the 92-93 Bulls and 16-17 Warriors. So great company for the Celtics to be a part of there with the big victory over the Knicks. Over into Orlando, the Magic playing host to the Atlanta Hawks. A potential future play-in matchup here between the Magic and the Hawks. Orlando gets the best of them. Banchero bringing in 33-10. They beat the Hawks 119-112. Over into Milwaukee, the Bucks playing host to the Timberwolves. The Bucks were 6.5-point home underdogs, and really they looked like they should have been underdogs for the vast majority of the game until the fourth quarter. Now, keep this in mind, 10 minutes and 9 seconds to go in the fourth quarter. The Timberwolves lead 95-71. They're up by 24 points with 10 minutes to go. ESPN's win probability giving them a 99.9% chance to win the game. Milwaukee roars all the way back. They win 110-103 in overtime. They won the fourth quarter 40-13. That's right, 40-13. After losing the previous three quarters by more than one possession, they rally all the way back in the fourth. Great to see from Giannis and his crew there. He put in 23 points, 13 rebounds, and 10 assists for his third straight triple-double. Giannis and the Bucks victorious over the Timberwolves. Heading out west, the Thunder playing host to the Los Angeles Lakers. And this was a tight one. This was a great contest throughout the fourth. The Thunder pull away late. They win 136-120. But Luka Doncic ejected with about 7.5 minutes to go. And when he was ejected, the Lakers were actually winning 108-107. So they were up. He gets ejected. The Thunder win by 17 from that point on. They outscored the Lakers by 17 points. They won the fourth quarter by 17, 39-22. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander pours in 42 points. LeBron put in 28. The Thunder win 136-120. Over in Phoenix, the Suns playing host to the Golden State Warriors. And the Warriors have been playing some incredible basketball recently. Now 21-2 when both Jimmy Butler and Steph Curry are in the starting lineup. They beat the Suns 133-95, and we talked about the Suns yesterday briefly. If you missed that, please feel free to go back to that or visit my Twitter at DaveSmithNBA. I posted about the Suns, what I think they should do this offseason, because now it is officially the offseason for the Phoenix Suns. This loss eliminated them from playoff contention, play-in contention, any type of contention they had of keeping their season going. They lost it, and they lost it in bad fashion here. The Warriors victorious 133-95. And our final game to hit on from last night, the Clippers playing host to the San Antonio Spurs. Clippers win 122-117 over the Spurs. Ivica Zubac putting in 24 points, 20 rebounds. He's been playing some outstanding basketball recently. That's big for the Clippers as we get closer and closer to the playoffs. Norman Powell putting in 25 of his own. Clippers win 122-117. And now taking a look at today's slate, the biggest headline of today, Luka Doncic, his return to Dallas as the Mavericks play host to the Los Angeles Lakers. The Lakers 4.5-point road favorites. Tip-off for this one, 7:30 on ESPN. You can only imagine the type of environment that will be there awaiting Luka. I'm sure the fans will give him a massive round of applause, show him a lot of love because he didn't want to get traded. He didn't ask to get traded. That will definitely be a sight to see. Once again, Mavericks, Lakers, 7:30 p.m. Eastern on ESPN. In Orlando, the Magic playing host to the Boston Celtics. This is a potential first-round playoff matchup here. Orlando favored by 4.5 points over the Boston Celtics at this moment. Not sure of a lot of Celtics guys playing, coming on the second night of a back-to-back. This game meaningless for the Celtics. The Magic still have a little something to play for. Not a whole lot. They're pretty much set in that 7th spot, but a win here would solidify that for them. Once again, Magic favored by 4.5 points. Tip-off 7 p.m. Eastern on NBA League Pass. And a potential play-in matchup here in Chicago. The Bulls playing host to the Miami Heat. Chicago 1.5-point underdogs as the Heat are the road favorite in this one. Tip-off 8 p.m. Eastern on NBA League Pass. Headed out west, a great late-night slate in the Western Conference here. First up, on NBA League Pass. The Warriors playing host to the San Antonio Spurs. Warriors favored by 15.5 points. Tip-off for that one, 10 p.m. Eastern on NBA League Pass. And then Phoenix playing host to the Oklahoma City Thunder, coming off the second night of the back-to-back for both of these teams. Tip-off at 10 p.m. Eastern in Phoenix. Oklahoma City, an 11.5-point road favorite. And your second game of your ESPN doubleheader taking place in Sacramento as the Kings play host to the Denver Nuggets, who just fired their head coach, Michael Malone. That's right, Michael Malone is out. GM Calvin Booth is out for the Nuggets. A massive shakeup for a team who just won the NBA title a couple of years ago. Now they're back. Jokic's still there. This team still has the pieces there. They still have the pieces that can compete and win it all, but Mike Malone will not be a part of it. Calvin Booth will not be a part of it. They'll have an assistant coach step in as the interim coach for the time being. Nuggets, however, still 3.5-point road favorites over the Sacramento Kings. Tip-off, once again, 10 p.m. Eastern on ESPN. And the final game of the night, this is your NBA League Pass game of the night taking place in L.A. as the Clippers play host to the Houston Rockets. The Rockets 25 games above 500. Clippers 15 games above 500 as the Clippers sit as 7.5-point home favorites over the Houston Rockets. Tip-off for this one, 10:30 p.m. Eastern late tonight in your NBA League Pass game of the night. Once again, I'm your host, Dave Smith. Thanks for joining us here on Hoops Talk with Dave. I'll be back with you tomorrow morning as we inch closer and closer to the NBA playoffs. As of today, we are 5 days away from the conclusion of the NBA regular season. A lot of chaos to happen between now and then. Lots of seeding to be determined, especially in the Western Conference. The standings are wild out there. A lot to be determined, lot to happen. A lot of great NBA playoff coverage coming for you right here on Hoops Talk with Dave. I'm your host, Dave Smith. Thanks for joining us on your Wednesday.